his spot tonight?
Mason Molina. Without a doubt. I mean, I thought he stayed in his delivery really good, executed pitches, 7 innings. Obviously, yeah, I thought he threw the ball really well. Obviously, you could say Ty Coleman, too. I mean, I think he had 4 hits. So, yeah.
With Mason with the 12 strikeouts, what pitch or pitches did you feel like he was especially effective with?
I think we believe it always starts with fastball command, kind of everything plays off that. Changeup was good, breaking ball was good, but it all starts with the command and the fastball for sure.
Coach Stonekar, he doesn't get a hit, but just how good was it to have him in the field and in the lineup?
Tell you, I mean, going into BP, wasn't really planning on playing him, and just the closer the game got, thought, man, like, why not? You're going to end up playing him at some point through the weekend. I thought he's going to go catch a ball usually in a game that it just it's going to go, okay, what could that have been a double? Could it not have been a double? And sure enough, he did. And just really thought it was a good night to get him some at bats. Coming off yesterday, he had probably 3 short at bats yesterday. And so I thought 2 days in a row would be good for him.
You mentioned Ty. It seems like it's just been a good week all around for him so far. Is it something he's doing different or something he's just really improved on?
No, I don't think he's doing anything different. I think he's just moving on the right pitch and hitting it hard. I mean, Ty tries to keep it, I think he keeps it pretty simple. And I think really that's really what he's doing.
It seemed like you had struggled a little bit towards the beginning of the game, obviously hitting his 20th home run though after. What was it like kind of seeing him maybe work himself out of that hole and end up hitting?
Oh, I mean, you're not going to hit a home run every game. I mean, we're not going to be able to sit around and wait for him to, hit a home run. And so, really the key is moving on the right pitch and hitting it hard. And if it happens to go over the fence, which when he hits it hard, it's got a chance to. And because he has power. And again, like he's an amateur still. He's not a pro, and he's not going to have a great at bat every time. And those guys executed some pitches on him.
Tracer Lopez was the guy that kind of broke the game open tonight.
He did.
What did you see with his swing?
I thought he was really on time. His first at bat was on the fastball, and they threw a slider. His next at bat, I think he was the second pitch at bat maybe, and had a good healthy swing at the first one. And yeah, it's good to see him do that. I mean, he's got some strength. I mean, he really does. He's as strong as a lot of people. He's just not the tallest guy, if that makes sense.
Coach, how important is it to get length from a guy like Mason tonight? Like last week, you had to use Girton on a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, that's what you want on Friday evening. You definitely want a guy to go out and give you 6, 8 innings, somewhere right in there, if not 9. And so, yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction.
It's probably a good problem to have, but when Mason, was sitting in the dugout while you guys are having longer innings like that, putting a lot of runs on the board, what do you like to see out of a pitcher when they have that long break and they're already doing well?
You mean as far as when they go back out in the dugout?
Kind of a little bit.
Yeah, that's really hard. I mean, really the long innings does make it hard. And really just try to go back out and get back in rhythm and get going, throwing strikes, executing pitches.
Coach, Austin Green has slowed down a little bit in conference play, and you've stuck with him, and now a 3-hit night tonight. How's that been for him as he's worked through it?
Oh, I'm sure he's plenty happy. I mean, all these guys chase hits, and he's hit some balls hard through that stretch you mentioned, and had a little hamstring deal he fought, and so that affects, obviously if your legs aren't working, it affects something with hitting, and so again, like it's good to see it happen. I mean, obviously, it's good to see him put some good at bats together because he's a tough out most days.
Anything else for Coach before we
You gonna break the news to him?
let's break the news to him.
Okay, doubleheader tomorrow noon. See y'all here.
There we go.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
This and can make sure that you kind of continue these type of quality starts. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going back out there this whole week and, you know, working on the same stuff that I've just been kind of trying to get in a rhythm and drill into my head. And so some mechanical, some mental, but just kind of have everything keep coming together and go back out there next week and hopefully do the same thing.
Has it been a little frustrating when you have a, you know, like you said last week, not the best, but then you obviously have this great, and I guess what's been your kind of focus now that you've kind of at least seen some success and know you can, but you just haven't put it together yet?
Yeah, obviously Michigan and Houston was a good game, and you know everything was working there, and tried to change some things which probably didn't need to do, and so I kind of got out of rhythm, and you know we were just trying to get back into the flow of things because you know when I get going, you know it all feels right and smooth and everything's on time, and it usually is hard for them to hit. So,
Can you speak to what you all have kind of put together this week with 2 freshmen earlier in the week, and then obviously yourself? Just you kind of feel like maybe you guys are either building confidence, or maybe the freshman moniker is kind of coming off now. You guys are getting that experience, and you feel like you're ready to you're ready to win instead of trying to win.
yeah, I mean this team's got all the talent in the world, freshman wise too. These guys that came in were way more polished pitchers than I was when I came in, and these guys they got a good confidence to them when they're rolling, and even when they're getting hit around a little bit, they still go back in and fill up the strike zone. And so I think this week's just been a good showing of what our guys getting into the rhythm is going to look like, and hopefully this carries throughout the rest of the year, and we can go do something special.
How did you guys feel about getting Dylan Carter back on the field?
It's awesome, man. Love that kid. It's nice having him in the center. You can just throw a ball, goes up behind you. You're just pointing in the air and walking to the dugout. So, but I mean now we have Gage and Wright too, and he covers a bunch of ground, and so I feel like that confidence when you're pitching. Okay, that whole outfield's locked down. You can just go after the guys, and if it's over the wall, it's over the wall. But if it's not, it's pretty much caught. So, it feels good out there.
Before the season, Mason, you talked about liking the analytics and that being like kind of your thing. You just mentioned trying to change some things maybe you didn't need to.
Yeah.
Is overthinking it, is getting too deep into it something you struggle with a little bit?
Yeah, Garner gets on me with that a little bit. I do good and I try to change stuff, and he's just like, stop that. If something's working, let's just keep building on it and not trying to change things, and just get, again, like we said, get in a rhythm, get comfortable, and just start something special.
Anything else for Mason? All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Mason.